This week on Two Noobs, a Chester County prison released a video of a murderer escaping its walls, and what the F? Then, we told you AI was trying to kill you. Now it's using foraging guides as a weapon. Next, forget scraping initials into the Colosseum. Some people in China decided to cut a hole through the Great Wall to get to work. And finally, we put together a baseball team of superheroes, which begs the question, if the Man of Steel is on the field, do you really need anybody else? Start the music. And with that, we welcome you to episode 154 of Two Noobs Talking. You're in good hands with us. Well, at least better hands than Kadarius Toney anyway.
Yes.
Who I will soon be dropping from my fantasy football roster.
Oh, boy.
I didn't start him this week, thank God.
Well, there you go.
That's important.
That's very important.
Yikes.
A whole whopping 0 points of his. Good thing
It's
you
like,
don't
congratulations,
get
you've made the team. You've made the team except you. You're out. You're done.
Cut.
You're cut.
You're cut. I can finally pick up a backup quarterback now. But in any event, here we are, gentlemen. It's September, but it's still hot as balls. And what are you going to do about that? But nothing to say. In any event, over here, because I always forget which side. Yeah, it's over here. Over here, we have. How should I do this? Justice John Tracy.
There you go.
Yeah. Over here, we'll go Magistrate Judge Matt Craig.
Love that.
And I am solitary confinement Steve Murray. We'll figure that out a little later on.
Yeah. Considering Bitmoji's only had one jail.
I guess is this the Law and Order episode? That's my question.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I don't know.
John sends me a text. Can you send me a Bitmoji of yourself in jail? I'm like, why am I in jail? Am I in trouble? What's going on here? Had me a little nervous, but then I figured out what was going on. But we'll get there eventually. But first, we have to rant and rave and be fun and sad and all the emotions. What have you. John, you are still home. That's amazing.
Yes.
How are you, sir?
Who knows? I'll be kidnapped soon. It'll be fun. I'm great. I was on the East Coast, not really the East Coast. I was in Eastern Tennessee, and I was getting used to 67, 70-degree weather. I was thinking about wearing a long sleeve shirt every once in a while, going for like walks, in the morning and being like, I really like this weather. Now, like I keep saying, but I went to take the trash out, man, and I had to jump in the shower after I took the trash out. Like, it's ridiculous. Why at 9:30 in the morning is it 105 degrees? I don't care about Texas. This is even worse than Texas. This is I can't even talk about it anymore. It's 105 is ridiculous.
Well, it's been pretty sweaty up here too. Mm-hmm. Fortunately, I think we're finally going to get a break, but
hopefully.
I know Matt is probably drenched.
Holy cow. Now. I'm just now pulled up San Marcos' temperature. And as of right now, 7:09 p.m. local time for Johnny, 99 degrees, feeling like 103.
Ooh, doggy.
That's a little too hot there, John. Up here, it's 72 and raining. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
So, but it's not a cold 72. It's a humid 72. It's horrible.
Hence the rain.
Yeah.
And besides the rain, how are you, Matt?
I'm doing great, Steve. Happy to be with both of you, of course, on this fine Saturday evening as we record episode 154. Doing very well. Just wish it wasn't so darn hot up here. But I sense the tides may be a-changing very shortly. Hopefully
fingers
it'll be
crossed.
a little bit cooler. Yeah, exactly.
Fingers
we can send that coolness down to John. I think
My
he needs to
son's
cool off.
my son's team, as we were taking the ice earlier this afternoon, happened to note that there was fog just about a foot off, off the ice. So, yep, that's
Yes, sir.
summertime hockey for you.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
Don't trip over the steam, boys.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
That's
skating
funny.
through that is fog bowl. Wasn't there was one time, I think it was a spring league game. We got to the rink and the glass it was like someone had taken a shower on the rink,
Mhm.
and the glass was completely opaque.
Oh,
People,
man.
if they wanted to watch the game, had to like stand up on the top of the bleachers to look over the glass to see the ice
That's-
surface, because there
Oh my
was no
gosh.
looking through the glass. It was
That's
ridiculous.
unbelievable. Wow. Yeah.
Very strange.
Yeah.
But as we always do here on the program, we start off with a fun fact and over 40 rant, brought to you by W Energy Drinks. Visit w.gg, it's DUBBY.GG. Enter the promo code 2NoobsTalking and get 10% off whatever flavor you desire. We know Matt likes the salty tears.
I love it.
John has the fun fact for us today, yes?
Yes, I do.
Then do it.
And we're gonna stay with. We're gonna try to put last week's episode and this week's episode together in one little package for you with this fun fact. So I found out recently that in Missouri, it is illegal to drive with an uncaged bear in your car.
Should we send that memo to who was the guy? Was it in Nebraska? That's right. Who had
And
the
his bull howdy
Yeah.
doody.
Yes.
Yeah, it was bull howdy doody in the car. That's phenomenal. I love it.
All right, query.
Mhm.
If the bear is in your car, is it not caged?
I don't think it can move.
Oh.
He can move about. So I don't know. Is there a law that you can't get in a cage with a bear? Because
So what you're saying is you have to have a cage inside the car
and the bear has to be in it.
and the bear has to be in the
Yes,
cage. What
you
if
cannot-
you
That
built
would
a
make it
car? What if you build a car as a cage?
You probably get that passed as long as he's not. I'm assuming the law is only that he cannot touch the driver. It seems to be the only thing that they're going on right there. Is he must be removed from being able to grab or eat driver while he's driving.
A sound policy.
That sounds like fun. Yeah.
I
Sounds like fun.
I wouldn't have pictured a bear being able to fit in a regular car until after last week when we saw a
Yes.
gigantic, huge bull
Yeah.
riding in a car. Which,
Yes.
by the way, when I watched the video on the episode, that was
It's
utterly hilarious.
incredible.
But I'm bummed. Yeah, exactly.
It's
Yeah.
incredible.
That is unbelievable.
All right. Well, we will now go to the anti-hilarious because I have the over 40 rant this week,
Ooh, there you go.
which I'm just making up off the top of my skull
There you
as
go.
we speak, because I happened to have a trip to New York City on Thursday
did,
of this
you
past
did.
week. I really don't get the attraction. I really don't.
It's not meant to be like a roller coaster, I don't think, Steve, but
But it
I
acts
know.
like one.
It smells like one.
oh yeah.
That's been puked on.
It is definitely
numerous times.
Numerous
cardi-esque.
times.
It's everywhere.
Mm.
Everywhere is completely under construction at all times.
Crazy.
It
Yeah.
smells. People just stop randomly in the middle of the sidewalk. A packed sidewalk, which is too small for the number of people that are
Mhm.
traversing it, by the way,
Gosh.
to take pictures or converse. And they don't care who they, impede in that progress.
Do they have maps over their heads? I'm just saying, they're
Oh
tourists.
no. Oh
No?
no.
Okay.
The cameras. There was
camera.
there was one woman who had stopped in the middle of the street
Oh,
to take a photograph.
Nice.
And
oh,
it's
no.
just good thing that it was a red light at the time, because
Was it
and-
one of these?
God help you if you try to drive in that city.
Oh yeah.
No, it is
I think
not,
I would
no.
pull my hair
Yeah,
out.
no.
Yeah.
I've tried.
What do you think I got this look for, Steve? Come on. I mean,
Doing a lot of
seriously.
driving in New York City, did you?
Well, not really, but you know.
Yeah, no.
I don't know what you would do then.
Oh,
And
pull
my
the
wife
goatees
even
out. Pull the
Yeah,
goatee
right.
hairs out. I don't know what I would do. It'd be like,
my
all right,
wife, after I, came home and, oh, how was New York City? Because she has this fantasy about New York City and how great it is.
Yeah.
How was New York City? Was it so? I'm like, it was a shithole. And her response, predictably, was, well, maybe you just weren't in a good part of town. I'm like, I took the train, got off at Penn Station,
I
Yeah.
was in Manhattan.
and
Second.
I was in Manhattan. I walked up 16 blocks up 7th Street,
Oh,
which takes you past Times Square.
No, it will. No, it will.
oh, no.
And I no,
Still a shithole.
I was, yeah.
So
I
this
really don't get
just in, Steve is not attending New Year's Eve in New York City.
No,
anytime soon.
don't. I did it once. I will never do it again.
You did it once, Johnny.
Yes, I
didn't
did
know
it
that.
once. I will
Really?
never, ever, ever. 2006. Never, ever again. Ever, ever, ever again. Ever, ever again.
That's wild.
You need to have a conversation with my wife.
It was awful.
That's
and-
unbelievable.
5 hours just trying not to get peed on, and then you might be able to
Oh.
get fucking 10 feet from the last person that's in line that they show you on TV, and then
Oh,
god, it's
It's-
terrible.
As bad as it was on a random Thursday in September, I can't imagine
It is
the
awful.
zoo it is on New Year's
And
Eve.
it's awful
you
at
even
like
ima-
1:30 in the afternoon. I'm not even talking about midnight. Like it
Oh, I
was bad at
bet.
1:30 in the afternoon.
oh, I bet.
Mm.
Can you even imagine if it rains there?
Oh,
I mean,
God,
that's
no,
got to
no.
be the worst feeling
Yeah.
to go.
Oh, that you know what you brought back a repressed memory.
Ooh, uh-oh.
I
Sorry.
was there once for
Sorry.
a seminar.
This is why two dudes
And-
is great at.
It's like hypnosis. You're
Yeah.
delving into the deep recesses of my brain with this.
Ooh,
60
I
on the
was
internet
there
and
for a
pick 'em apart.
seminar. I was there for a seminar and it was raining, so I had an umbrella. And the number of times people ran into my umbrella
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
was obscene.
Yeah.
And not even excuse me.
You're just moving. Yeah.
Yeah.
I even remember being in Philadelphia during a rainstorm. I think I was visiting my father who had he had dinner down at the Union League in Philadelphia. Little
Nice.
hoity talk, but raining, and of course I'm holding the umbrella, but I held it up high above me
Mhm.
as people were walking by as fast as they possibly could. I knew that if I had it low, I'm going to bump into somebody, so I had to hold it probably about right about here. With the umbrella coming down. I
I've
had one of those
never-
golf umbrellas, so
I've never had an issue with people bumping my umbrella in Philadelphia. I will
there you
just
go.
say that.
There you go.
And I will thank the one person who was, aside from the conference I was at, the one person who was very kind was the lady at Amtrak who helped me to switch trains because my train was delayed by an hour. She was very helpful and very kind in assisting me in that regard. So thank you to you, ma'am. You are the lone bright spot in the PP soaked heck hole that is New York City. And I wish
Love
you
it.
well.
Love it.
Well, speaking of PP soaked heck holes,
Oh boy. Oh boy.
topic 1,
Mm,
gentlemen.
mm.
I was not outraged until I read this article. I will say that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No,
Philly, and I probably actually not even reading the article, watching the video
Oh,
associated with the article, which I think we should play here.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll definitely have that
Absolutely.
up.
Philly Voice article: Danilo Cavalcante escaped Chester County Prison with a feat of strength caught on video.
Oh boy.
To escape Chester County Prison, convicted killer Danilo Cavalcante stretched himself between two walls and shimmied upwards with his body horizontal.
Mm.
Then he squeezed through razor wire to access a building's roof before making his escape last week. Prison officials released video of Cavalcante's audacious breakout on Wednesday. His method of escape is similar to one used by another Chester County Prison inmate who briefly escaped in May.
Oh.
Acting Warden Howard Holland said. However, in Cavalcante's instance, the corrections officer stationed in the observation tower looking down on the prison yard C did not notice the inmate had disappeared.
Mm.
His absence wasn't discovered until a count of inmates nearly 45 minutes later, giving Cavalcante the head start he needed to flee the grounds and hang out at Longwood Gardens, apparently, for the last week.
Mm.
Holland described Cavalcante's maneuver to get up the wall as crab walking, which I don't quite get the analogy to a crab, but okay.
Yeah.
Cavalcante, 34, stands 5 feet tall, and Holland said the walls he scaled to the roof are about 5 feet apart and 15 feet high.
Wow.
Once up the wall, he gained access to the rest of the roof through an opening at the top of the yard's perimeter fence, which had been lined with razor wire after the escape in May. Cavalcante pushed his way through the razor wire, Holland said. Igor Bolte, 30, had escaped from Chester County Prison on May 19th, climbing the same walls to access the roof. But Bolte's disappearance was noticed by the officer overlooking the yard in the watchtower. Support was called in, and Bolte was captured minutes later in a residential area roughly half a mile away.
Mm-hmm.
According to Holland, we are currently formulating plans to enhance security.
Really?
Which I guess they had to have a second escape before they thought that was necessary.
Is that how you get funding in Pennsylvania?
Maybe. The exercise yard from which Bolte and Cavalcante escaped will be fully enclosed, finally, like a cage. Additional security cameras will be installed, and the prison will adjust how officers are positioned in the outdoor yards, among other measures, he said. Additional security cameras, even though there was a security camera apparently, because we have it posted on Twitter now.
Yes.
It wasn't good enough. Let's see, who should I go to first here? John. I'll
Okay.
You're about 5 feet tall. What? Not sure you could crab walk the wall, but this seems. I mean, you mentioned in pre-production you drive by a prison in Texas.
Yes.
Which sounds a lot more secure than this one. I mean,
Way
what the
more-
hell's going on?
It doesn't seem like you could get out amongst. I don't even know what this prison is. I don't know exactly the name of it, but I drive past it all the time. It's right on the side of Interstate 35. And it does not look, just from driving past it and being around it for the last 3 years, it does not look like if someone got from the yard, which they're talking about, it doesn't look like they would get outside anytime. Seems like it would take them a while. It's a maze. It's almost like designed like a maze. Like it seems like they would get over one fence and they have to get over another fence and another. There's no building attached to the fences that are outside of the structure. It looks like they made it to trick you into, oh, you got free. No, you didn't, because there's another one, and another one, another one, another one, another one. So I have no idea, because I don't know how this structure is, but this circus midget of a man, I don't know how he got up there, and why did they just put razor wire? Wouldn't you, like, put an officer there, so that someone would just walk them back and forth? Yeah, or on the roof. You could have put one on the roof, like, just one. That's all you need is, hey, what are you doing? Wouldn't that deter
How
someone?
about a sentry gun? You know?
No, I'm not even talking about a guard. Just put a
one
top on the enclosure.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
But you could solve it just by putting. You could literally put a guard there, not extra money.
True.
You could put a guard that just walks in a circle, like right in that area, because someone already escaped that way. Wouldn't you think that would be monkey see, monkey do? That's the way our society is, right? Wouldn't you think that another person would go, oh, he did that, I could try it? And the dude's built like a circus midget, so he definitely could scale up that. Like, he got up there pretty quick with his short arms and short legs.
Yeah, but if the guy in May did it the first time, and your solution is, oh, just throw some razor wire. How about you just put a roof on?
Yeah.
So that they can't actually get out that way.
Anything would have
something.
Yeah.
Something. But the next part of the article here, and I'll go to you, Matt, after this,
Mhm.
deals with the human element.
Mhm.
Aside from the poor facility design we have,
Mhm.
Holland said the human element of Cavalcante's escape is a factor to consider in the investigation, given the installation of the razor wire didn't stop him. The one thing we didn't take into account was a failure on the human element side. We only focused on the physical infrastructure and not necessarily the human element. Well, I would disagree that you focused on the infrastructure, because only now are you thinking to enclose the yard,
Yeah.
not, keep it
Yep.
open.
Yep.
While the Pennsylvania Attorney General's office now leads the criminal investigation, prison officials are conducting an internal investigation looking at why the officer in the tower did not notice Cavalcante was missing. Officials did not name the officer who had been on duty, but Holland did say the person has been placed on administrative leave. And actually, I read this morning, Saturday,
He was fired. Yeah.
He was fired.
He was fired. Mhm.
Yes, which, surprise, surprise, you
Yeah.
let a murderer out.
Yeah. What are you
You
falling
got
asleep
one
at the switch
job.
there?
You had one
You have
job. In August, Cavalcante, a native of Brazil, was found guilty of murder for fatally stabbing his girlfriend, Deborah Brandow, in 2021.
Mhm.
She was killed in front of her children, and he was sentenced to life in prison. He was being held at this prison, awaiting his transfer to a state prison.
Mm.
My question is, you have a video. I've seen movies. Don't dudes like sit in front of screens and watch these videos? You didn't happen to notice the dude horizontally mamboing his way up the wall?
Amazing. Yeah. It is amazing, Steve. I mean, it's an impressive feat of strength, for him to do that. But at the same time, it's like, what a failure. What an absolute failure, Chester County. I'm ashamed of it, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, you will live in Chester County, don't you?
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh.
But it's on the western side of the county. I looked it up, gents. 400 cops are searching for this guy.
Mhm.
400. Can you imagine? That's like a small battalion is like going after this guy to try and find this one guy. They're working 12-hour shifts. They're trying to locate him. And it's unbelievable. Just one person had to do one job. And that is look straight ahead at the camera lens. Hey, there's someone shimmying up the thing. We got to, stop him before he gets out over the top of our roof. Oh my gosh. It's unbelievable. Side note though, the guy should not have a life sentence. He should be executed because he executed his girlfriend. Side note. I'll just leave it at that. I don't know what he's doing here, to be honest.
Even if you sentence him to death, he'd still be waiting 2 decades in prison waiting for it to be carried out. So he still would have escaped anyway.
Yeah. I'm just I'll just leave it at that. But
no, I totally understand.
We totally
excuse
understand
for
where
that.
you're coming from. But
absolutely.
There's no
You
excuse.
should have kept an eye on him. I think that's
Keep that one eye open for.
He's 5 foot tall. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like he's average height, average size. Like, the dude is a midget. Like, you're gonna notice him at every turn. Like, hey, look, it's the midget. Like,
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. It's like 400 cops are looking for him. And my guess is, if I know Chester County well, it's more woodlands, more out to the west. So if he continues to go out west, there might be more. He has a chance to hide. But
he's been hanging out in Longwood Gardens though, because he's been captured like on camera twice there.
What I saw as we were getting on is he's hiding out in the wooded area, and they don't trust him enough to send people in because they don't know what he's booby trapped. So they're kind of trying to shrink his area. They're doing the best they can. I mean, this dude cold-bloodedly killed 2 people in the last 4 years. So I mean, I wouldn't want to rush in there. I wouldn't want anybody to rush in there. Let's waste him out and get him into a small spot, smoke bomb him, beat his ass, and throw him back in prison.
No, I think we all agree that the team out there looking for him now is doing a tremendous job. They're doing what they can. They're doing what they can. It's the guys who let him out. And I don't know, Matt, if you know if this is a maximum security prison.
It's a very good question.
They were holding him there for transfer, so I don't know if it is or not.
Yeah. A guy with a life sentence, though, I would think there would be some sort of maximum security, but clearly the prison is not. able to house that. So that to me is that's a deep concern for me. And especially when you had one convict escape in May,
That's the worst part of this.
and
whole
you
Yeah.
didn't do anything to stop it. I mean,
No,
it's
razor
like,
wire. Matt,
what
we used
are
razor
you
wire. We
doing?
put razor wire up there.
They probably just tossed it up. It was like, this will never
Oh,
happen again.
that'll stop them. You know, it's like, man alive, come on. Just put some sentry guns up there. You know, just put some sentry guns and pop up and it just machine gun them to death. That'll be fine. They want to escape? That's good.
I think if you're going to have a maximum security prison, I'm picturing they should do what they did in Face Off, where they've all got the magnetic boots to walk around in, and when they lock them down, they all just, lock in.
I was going to say, what did they do with The Rock? That movie.
Well, that's the thing. When I heard this guy first escaped,
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, it's like when Sean Connery escaped from Alcatraz. He's got to like go under the boiler. It was some daring
Yeah.
late night thing.
It was great.
No, the video comes out. The dude in broad daylight just shimmies up the wall and whoop, gone. Like,
it's like
what
in
the
Mario.
hell?
He's like in Mario, like Super Mario World or whatever. Super Mario
Yeah.
World.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. We should have Tommy Lee Jones leading the search for him. It'd be fun.
After watching the video, I feel like it could have been stopped with that. Hey, what are you doing? Like, it's all like, he's holding on for like he would have fell. Like it would have been, oh my god, someone saw me.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. To wrap this up, if by the time the episode airs on Wednesday, if he's still hanging around, just as a description, he is 5 feet tall, weighs about 120 pounds. Jesus, 120 pounds.
Fat guy.
With
Fat midget.
my son, who's 14, weighs more than he does.
Wow.
So he's 5 foot tall, 120 pounds, with curly black hair and brown eyes. Investigators say he has not significantly altered his appearance since his escape. He speaks Portuguese and Spanish. Anyone with information can call 717-562-2987 or 911.
Flashing that thing right up on screen too, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
The award for information leading to his arrest doubled on Wednesday to
Nice.
$20,000.
There you go. Ding, ding, ding.
So the number again, 717-562-2987, or if you don't like to read, just 911.
And 10% credit to Tunub since we're talking about it right
Yeah, we
get
went
the
on
finder's fee.
$2,000 cut. That's right.
We got finder's fees.
That's right. We helped. We helped.
Absolutely. Yep.
And just briefly before we move to topic 2, a shout out to Glenn, who went to a Georgia Bulldogs game today, or should I say the future Philadelphia Eagles game,
Look at that.
which is funny being he's a Dallas Cowboy fan. So suck on that egg.
What would
Text-
be worse? What would be
Yeah.
worse if he's scouting for the Cowboys and saying, "Hey, we should steal what the Eagles are doing," and it's like, no, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that at all.
The
Not
Cowboys.
Well,
at
they-
all.
The Cowboys don't have class. They would never go to Georgia.
Exactly.
That's true. It's
Exactly.
too far east.
Right. Oh, that reminds me.
Hmm.
So the Eagles, we did look at this last week a little bit, but we were caught up in some different numbers. The Eagles have not actually won in Dallas since 2017.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
right. Yes.
So John's theory that they always win in Dallas and lose at home just goes right out the window.
It
But it
was
was al-
actually a split.
But it was also
12
very balanced.
It was, yeah.
It was, yes. How did we determine?
I think
so
it was
the-
12 wins for the Eagles in Dallas
since 2000.
since 2000
Mhm.
and 11 wins for the Cowboys in Philadelphia since 2000.
Okay, so there
So
is some logic.
They
to it,
literally
but-
split the season series. They just split it, and they split it however they feel the need to split it that year.
It's just amazing that it's halfway between. I mean, it's a perfect rivalry.
Yeah.
But it's like we have to
Yeah.
win. We have to beat them twice this year.
Yes.
We just do. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. Well, those the Dallas Cowboys are kind of like fungus. And speaking of fungus, topic 2.
There you go. Good
ding,
segue.
ding. Yeah, segue. Cheap
Uh,
pop.
Fortune article. And I hate to say I told you so. No, I don't actually hate to say it, but I should say it anyway.
All the time.
Mycologists warn of, quote, life or death consequences as foraging guides written with AI chatbots crop up on Amazon.
No.
Field
again.
guides have always varied in quality, but with some of them now being written with artificial intelligence chatbots while appearing to be authored by human experts, the possibility of readers getting deadly advice is increasing. The New York Mycological Society, or NIMS, recently posted a warning about Amazon and other retailers offering mushroom foraging and identification books written with AI. Please only buy books of known authors and foragers. It can literally mean life or death. It shared another post describing such guidebooks as the deadliest AI scam I've ever heard of. The authors are invented, their credentials are invented, and their species ID will kill you. There are hundreds of poisonous fungi in North America and several that are deadly, Sigrid Jacob, president of NIMS, told 401 Media. They can look similar to popular edible species. A poor description in a book can mislead someone to eat a poisonous mushroom. I don't eat mushrooms to begin with because it's fungus, it's gross. Matt, you're wincing. I think you agree with me, but I don't know.
I would tend to agree. I maybe have a mushroom every once in a very long time. If like everything is out on pizza, pepperoni, all the other condiments are gone.
But you rely on an expert to pick it for you.
Yeah.
Can I agree with that?
100%. Yes. I would not be picking my own mushrooms, so to speak. That kind of a deal. Although I wouldn't turn down a mushroom soup. I will say that. Mushroom soup is pretty good.
Sorry, I just threw up in my mouth.
I'm sorry. Not a surprise, I guess, Steve, right? With this AI bot.
Bot's been lying before.
No, yeah. And, you just never can trust it. Part of the imperfections, I guess you could say, of our artificial intelligence overlords. Sorry. Are they watching?
I mean, we talked earlier this year about the ChatGPT potentially costing people jobs. Now this bullshit's going to cost you your life if you're...
all part of taking over the world process, I think.
I would think.
Yeah.
It's amazing that we've come to the point where AI is writing books and Amazon is putting them out there. John wants to shoot Jeff Bezos to the moon. Amazon's putting them out there, and it's not going to be able to help you distinguish between poisonous and non-poisonous mushrooms.
Yeah.
Gross. Yeah. But that's not the only issue here. Apparently, the problem of AI-written books will likely increase in the years ahead as more scammers turn to chatbots to generate content. Last month, the New York Times reported on travel guidebooks written by chatbots. Of 35 passages submitted to an artificial intelligence detector, all of them were given a score of 100, meaning they were almost certainly written by AI. Jonathan Gillum, the founder of Originality.ai, warned it's dangerous if such books encourage readers to travel to unsafe places. And it's not just books, of course. Recently, a bizarre MSN travel article created with algorithmic techniques listed a food bank as a top destination in Ottawa, telling readers, consider going into it on an empty stomach. Probably not tongue-in-cheek.
Oh, my gosh.
John, are we doomed as a species?
Yes. So I am obviously wary of this because I'm even wary of the ones that are in the grocery checkout line, the forager guides and
mushrooms.
And anything like, look at snakes in Texas or flowers in Texas or any of those, that sit up there that are like $9 at the checkout that you're looking at. I mean, I don't even feel like they know what they're talking about. So going to an AI being like, hey, you know nothing about anything. Let's ask you to make me a book to go forage mushrooms seems like a really bad idea. When did we lose the sense of using experts for things? When did that happen?
That's a
Like
really good question.
if your toilet backs up, do you call an electrician? That's my question. Like, that's what it seems like the AI thing is. Like,
Yeah.
oh
That's
fuck
a
it, we
really
don't
good
need to think
question.
anymore. We'll just use the AI bot. He'll fix it all, and then he won't.
I think, well, okay, so you asked the question, and I think it's a great question because it concerns me in the fact that we seem to be losing our own intellectual property, meaning that the original ideas that humans are known for, and I'm glad, we'll plug Steve's Dr. IP episode up there as well.
Yeah,
The
that's
one
right.
that first came out was fantastic. I loved it.
Yeah, it was great, dude.
Talking about this stuff, but it just, I think, just the fact that the push for convenience and we got to make sure that this is done quickly.
That's really what this is. You're right.
Mhm.
That's the worry that I've got. It's like just because something is quick doesn't mean it's right all the time.
Very true.
And that kind of a deal. And the quality assurance that you have to go through with all of this. And I think that's really where I guess you could say the federal government, our friends in the administrative state, will come in and try and limit the amount or quality assure artificial intelligence. I don't particularly buy. I do think, though, there are parts of it that can be good, but an over reliance on it where you're just like, well, I could just go ahead and just whip this up and not even worry about it. I don't think that's really what we're meant to be doing, to be perfectly honest. That's just my 2 cents, but I would love to know what you guys think.
I 100% agree with you. I think okay, so if I am a mushroom forager and I do not to have a plan for the day, maybe would I say, hey, Mr. AI bot thing, can you tell me what I'm looking for? And then be able to sit there and be like, well, he's wrong on that, but okay, so I am looking for that because I know that, and I know this, and I know that, and I know that. Yeah, I would, if I'm a trained professional, absolutely. Can you use AI to get a step up? Yes. But you, as a novice using AI, you're gonna end up jumping off a building, is what's gonna happen. Like, to be completely honest with that. Because you have no training, you have no expertise, you have nothing to fall back on. So you're just gonna read what the computer said and go do it. It's not gonna work. I could see I could see an industry professional, any of them, a plumber, anything, just asking maybe AI for a different way to route something. Like, hey, I have a 4-story house and I need to get plumbing from top floor 4-story. Is there anything that AI could add? And maybe AI comes up with a weird concept that the dude's like, oh, I could work with that. I'm not going to use that exact one, but I could work with that. I could see AI doing those things, but man, just in the beginning, I don't think it works. I don't think it works with anything.
Or openly bragging that, hey, I created this presentation using AI. I didn't have to do a single thing. That's dangerous. Weird. Like, much better if you use it as a tool, but not necessarily replace your entire thought process.
Absolutely.
That's my concern in that whole regard. Steve, what do you think?
Yeah, no, that's completely. And I was going to say it's nice for speed if you want to write a toast for your friend's wedding.
Yes.
Or if you want to write a Shakespearean sonnet, but putting life and death in its hands without you're right, the expert kind of analysis and review to make sure that it's right in the first place. It's I need to find a way to wire this battery to this thing over here. Oh yeah, just take the lead and put it right back to the source.
And nothing will happen to you at all. Nothing will happen to you at all.
Nothing, not a thing.
Humans are not good ground conductors. What are you talking about?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
You're right. That kind of thing is where the mistrust or the misplaced trust that people are putting in these things is getting us.
Yeah.
John, I think, hits the nail right on the head. If it's an expert who is using it as a tool to help him or her do what they do better, yes, because they understand the ins and outs.
Yes.
But
whatnot. Yep.
if God forbid, for some reason, I need to go out and find a damn mushroom, and I have no clue. You know what it reminds me? I feel like there are apps that you could take a picture of, like a plant, and identify the plant. How much trust do we put in those?
Yeah.
I'm sure there are some that have expert people working behind the scenes who train it to be able to identify the plants correctly.
I'll tell you a quick story.
Some half-assed person. Hold on, real quick. Some half person is like, I'm just going to throw an app up there and it's going to identify. I'm just going to train it with all these images, and I'm not going to double check the work. And now it's like, oh, it's telling me this is basil. Oh, it's poison ivy, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, that happened to me. I downloaded an app, and me and my wife were out for a walk, and I tried an app, and I was like, oh, this app says it's this, and my wife's like, that's not what that is. And I was like, well, what app do you use? And she showed me the app she used, and it was like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to use that app because that is because that one actually says this is what it was.
There you go. Yeah.
I thought for a second when you said, what app do you use, she was going to go.
No, she but you know what I mean. But yeah, there are apps out there for everything that are not. They're just quick cash apps. Yeah, they're just quick cash apps. They find a trend, they create an app. I know a bunch of people in the app business. They find a trend, they create an app, and that's how they basically keep the lights on, doing stuff like that. Like we can just kind of put this thing out there. It doesn't have to be 100%. But that's where the internet has gotten us. We need to get back to take a couple steps back, and if you're using a foraging app, you might want to know a little bit about mushroom foraging before you even ask the computer what to do, because it's not going to know.
Either that, or ask a local Boy Scout if they happen to be around.
They might know too. Yeah.
Or just question your habit of eating fungus. This travel app is really pushing me to go to Longwood Gardens for some reason.
And sit right in the middle.
You might want to bring a bat, a gun,
the Lopper.
The Lopper. The Lopper.
New York City, by the way, the Lopper.
Oh yeah, my gosh, yeah.
All right,
man.
Topic 3. Welcome to Joe Biden's China.
That isn't the
truth. Oh my god. That'll sing some people.
Time Magazine article. I guess it's Time Magazine, even though it's online. So. Yeah. China arrests 2 construction workers for smashing a shortcut through the Great Wall.
Well, I mean, wouldn't you go through a shortcut in the Great Wall if you had the opportunity?
No.
If it already existed, I would not make my own.
Okay.
Especially in communist China. I feel like that's a good move.
What you're talking about, John.
I feel like that's a good move.
Yeah. I mean, forget the guy, the fitness numbnuts who scratched his initials into the Colosseum. This is is something else. China's Great Wall has been pierced by Genghis Khan, the Manchus, and now allegedly, dude, you have to make everything sexual.
I'm sorry.
Especially when it comes to Genghis Khan.
George Takei makes it sexual, not me. I'm just sitting there minding my own business.
Oh, now we're playing with George Takei. Okay.
Exactly.
Now, allegedly, a couple of construction workers named Zhang and Wang, way to promote the Chinese stereotypical names who wanted a shortcut. Authorities in China arrested 2 people for smashing a path through a section of the ancient wall, a cultural icon and United Nations protected heritage site.
Wow.
The area of the breach was a broken down section far from the restored segments most Chinese and foreign tourists are familiar with. State media showed a dirt road cut through a wall against a rural landscape in Yuyu County, hundreds of kilometers west of Beijing, and identified the suspects as a 38-year-old man surnamed Zhang and a 55-year-old woman surnamed Wang. The pair wanted a shorter route for some construction work they were doing in nearby towns, the report said.
Wow.
The system of towers and connecting walls stretches approximately 8,850 kilometers, or 5,500 miles for us normal folk.
There you go.
Built mainly during the Ming Dynasty that lasted until 1644. John, have you ever desecrated centuries-old monuments to make your work easier?
Absolutely not. Never would even think about it. That's why these stories just crack me up, and I have to send them to you guys because this is like, I understand it was broken down. I understand that it was far away, but it's the same old lazy excuse. Oh, it doesn't matter. Because I'm
AI told me to do
I'm
this.
just gonna knock through it because it makes my life easier. Forget everybody else.
AI, John. AI told him to get this way beyond the
I don't even
wall.
think they allow AI in China.
That's
the
true.
app is telling me I should drill a hole through that wall.
It's like
I wonder if this wall means something.
It's like the great Google thing. If you Google from New York City to China, it'll tell you to rent a jet ski and go across the Atlantic. It's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
It's just so lazy. It's everything that we've covered over the past month and a half. The idiot politician that drained a reservoir that people needed drinking water. An idiot that rode on the Coliseum. Oh, I didn't know it was that old. I wouldn't have rode on it if it was that old. These people knew what the fuck it was, and they still were like, fuck it. Just right through it. They didn't even have a good excuse. They were like, we just needed to go there. That's why we did it.
The local Wawa was right over there. I had to get over there.
It's the Great Wall of China, but my work. The amount of work it took to get through the wall is probably just as much as it would take to walk around the end and get to the other side.
Tick.
Apparently, from what I've learned, is it was falling apart. So they weren't knocking the full wall down. But the other thing is,
just helping
I also learned there are places that you're supposed to go to cross so they know who's on one side and who's on the other. Like it's kind of like the border. It's kind of like a Joe Biden border. Like they just want to go through instead of going around. Like just they could have went and met a nice person that would have told them, "Hey, you need to go that way."
The only difference is in Joe Biden's America, you don't get shot. That's the only thing. In China, you do get shot.
The article is very unclear as to the fate of these two people.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they've disappeared. They've disappeared. Don't worry about that.
Never seen them again.
That's not even their names, dude. That's not even their names. They were swept up. We'll never see these people ever again.
Look at it. You never know. There'll probably be some re-education, and they'll be back in the society. They do that, or
what
they
do we
disappear.
not do, Zhang and Wang? What do we not do? We won't knock over the wall. Good, Zhang and Wang. You got the population.
Hey, the Great Pyramids at Giza are blocking my view of the sunset. I wonder if you could just blast a hole through the side so I can see.
Knock that sucker
down.
It's
funny.
they're so
it's
old.
When I was in the Netherlands, guys, I had there were Roman Catholic churches that are over 1,000 years old. You can imagine that 1,000-year-old churches, right? But it's sandstone and lime. Mm-hmm. So even if you tried to do something, the amount of physical damage that would be done. I mean, they have to watch that building. I can't even imagine the amount of that type of stuff. In that regard, but yeah, it just goes to show you. I mean, that we don't have a concept that here in America. We really don't. Most of our buildings, you really have to go to national parks to see the old city in Philadelphia, really, where you see the old style, or even Colonial Williamsburg, and even then, that's really a replica. That's not really a legitimate. There's a couple of different buildings that they had, that were there. That were replicas of it, but it's mostly a replica. We don't have 1,000-year-old type monument type stuff. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
You know, in
Yeah,
that
that's
regard.
true.
So we don't have that understanding in that regard. I wish we did. You know, to be perfectly honest, even though Valley Forge, we still have the huts over here. It's not really huts. It's just, you know, individual museums in there. You never know. So, or what else goes on in there? I don't know.
This just the gall of people.
Yeah,
The
pretty much.
gall.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Just to do what they screw it. Well,
Yeah.
China, screw it. Who
Yeah.
cares?
Just gonna dig. Just worm our way
I'm
through
just-
just to get to the other side.
I'm just
Amazing.
glad it was actually like Chinese citizens and not some foreigners, because
Yes.
that would have
Yeah.
been a huge
Disaster.
mess.
Yeah.
Maybe they can patch it with the weather balloon. I don't know.
Maybe.
All right, back from defiling some 1,000-year-old monuments. Here we go with topic 4. Don't give me that look. You know what you did.
I'm sorry. I don't know what we're talking about.
Hey, when you were in is Netherlands the country that has the dikes?
Yes.
They're the ones that are below water.
They're below level. Yeah. Mhm.
All right, so you were
The
just going to
city's
blow
built
one of
on
those
top
to
of
take a
it.
bath. Just,
Yep.
you know,
I guess you could, but I mean,
I needed a bath, so I put a hole in the dike. you know.
not so sure I really would want to take a bath in that kind of water. Just saying.
Brackish.
Can you imagine?
Brackish.
I mean, it's built on top of the city. Den Bosch is literally like sitting on top of swampland. And it's
Mhm.
like, yeah, it's really
Oh, I thought the dike was to hold back the ocean. I didn't think it was swamp.
well. I mean, it is, and the whole country is below sea level. Believe it or not. I mean, if there was a massive tidal wave, that whole country's gone. You know, that kind of a
Yeah.
deal. I mean, it's really
I would not
amazing. It's
sleep
below
well.
sea level, flat, the whole bit. Yeah, yeah,
Yikes.
yeah.
All right. Well, moving on to more fun things now that
Yeah,
we've got
please.
all the serious and stupidifying things out of the way for the
Not
week.
knocking anything over or not kicking anything in.
We wish
The-
those two Chinese people well. We're never going to see them again. But anyway,
Yeah.
go
we do not wish Jailbreak Harry, the wonderful man in Pennsylvania. We do not wish him well.
No,
we do
not
not.
him.
Stabbed by a
No.
tree.
Not him.
Yeah.
Maybe we can send him over to China to fix the wall.
That
Oh,
would
there
be
you
great.
go.
That would be great.
that would be
There you go.
terrific. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
Because I'm sure he'll piss off the communist government and be executed at some
There we
point.
go.
yeah, exactly.
There we go.
Yeah, there you
All
go.
right, but again, enough of that. We got to move into the fun segment here. Topic
Yeah.
4. One of you, it was John, had the weirdly brilliant
Audacity.
idea to make a baseball team out of superheroes.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Why not?
I don't know where the hell this came from.
I have no idea. Matt sent a text and I had an idea. I don't.
I think I came up with like a fantasy starting 9, and then John, I think, misconstrued fantasy to think, hey, superheroes, let's
No,
talk
it
about
wasn't
them.
that at all. I didn't want to do baseball, so I was like, how can we change this?
There you go. There you go.
At least he didn't interpret fantasy as like Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then,
Oh, my God. Yeah.
I know
would not be-
nothing
Steve,
about that, so that would have been
what
worth it.
level elf would you like?
Elf. I'm a troll, damn it. I don't know
Oh,
what
there
you're
you go.
talking about.
You're just coming around with a big old club and whacking people.
Damn straight.
There you go.
You got to be direct.
I feel the same way.
There you go.
None of this pointy ear shit. So,
Hey,
all right, so I think we decided, kind of just off the cuff, we're just going to roll through
Yeah.
positions 1 to 9. If you don't know what that is, then learn
Go
some
read a book.
baseball.
Yeah.
we're gonna teach you baseball at the same time.
We're going to teach you baseball. So position 1 is pitcher, and we're going to, I guess we'll just debate what superhero we think should play that position.
Absolutely.
Even though, as I said in the intro,
Or
if you
there's
have
9,
Superman
so
on the
there's-
team, you don't really need. So
There's 3 each, so why not just go fantasy draft and just go down the line? Who wants to go first? And we'll just keep going.
Oh, there you
You're
go.
stuck with your number.
All right.
Why not?
well, all right, we'll see how it goes. We'll start with number 1 pitcher. John, this was your idea. I'll seek your input first on who you think should be the pitcher on this fantasy super stud team.
I'm going Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Oh,
Yes.
Explain
interesting.
yourself.
He reminds me of a pitcher. He's very narcissistic. He's very keep to himself. He's very inventive. And he seems to have the suit and the tools where he could throw a good fastball.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Only
he's
Robert
definitely
Downey,
doctoring
though.
his
I don't want
balls.
anybody. I don't want anybody else. I just put Robert Downey as Iron Man.
Yeah.
This is gonna be hard for me because I hate most Marvel characters. But Iron Man is one of the few that I like, so I will consider that.
That's pretty good though. Yeah.
Matt, how about you? What do you think for a pitcher here?
Oh gosh. It'd be hard. I would think. I mean, the fastball would have to be something that everybody's talking about. Exit velocity. That's more on the batter side.
Yeah, but everybody loves those 100-mile-an-hour arms.
Yeah,
even though
see,
they-
and that's
they
what I'm
can't
thinking.
pitch.
Like, Superman could pitch a pitch probably more than 100 miles an hour, but I would be concerned with the glove on the other end. So I'm going to go Superman as the pitcher, tentatively.
I
think
agree
you could
with you.
Put him anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you certainly could
Yeah.
put Superman.
He's-
He's
Yeah.
Superman, for God's sake. You couldn't put him
Exactly. He
anywhere.
would.
Yeah,
be the
I agree
star,
with you. I
whatever.
think he would be my pitcher, though,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
of potential velocities and things. And I have a solution.
Oh, there you
catcher,
go.
I think.
Nice.
Ooh.
Even though he's not a superhero,
Hmm.
technically speaking,
Okay.
I would like to nominate for catcher
Hmm.
King Shark of the Suicide Squad.
I don't hate it.
I think he could handle Superman's fastball,
Okay.
but the main reason I like him back there is to keep the umpire in line.
Oh, there you go.
So
Yeah.
if you get like CB Buckner back there and he's just calling all kinds of wild shit,
Or Angel Hernandez, or
right?
Yeah.
King Shark could just turn around and eat him.
Yeah, that's true.
So it'll keep him in line.
Yes.
I actually wouldn't. That's actually not that bad. My next choice for a catcher would have been Green Lantern, because he could make a mitt that would be about the size of, like, Philadelphia to catch
Yes.
the fastball. Yeah, that kind of a deal. So you could do it that way.
Well,
That
but
could do it.
But I
not?
love the shark guy. Yeah.
why
hell
not put
yeah.
Green Lantern at first base? Because you need it. You need a good glove there.
There you go. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Could probably put it
John,
there.
what about catcher? What's your nomination for catcher?
I'm going with King Shark. I like that. I like that idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I'm glad we could all
Yeah.
agree on that.
I like that.
And so does he.
Of course he does. I don't want him to eat me, so
Me-
I'm just gonna
wait,
put him
what's
wherever he
the-
wants.
yeah,
I wouldn't want to
right,
be
right.
eaten. And that would be intimidating for the batter, for crying out loud. I mean,
Right.
you got a shark right next to you in the
Yeah.
batter's
Yeah,
box. I mean, that's
Mhm.
not exactly comfortable.
And
being up
and
there.
he could throw off the batter with some of his banter, like so smart me. Be like, what? And then Superman's fastball just goes right by.
Strike.
Would totally be.
All right, moving on
if
to
Jake
yeah.
from the catcher from Major League when he was like,
Oh, yeah.
your girlfriend forgot to pick up her panties at my
right.
basketball." Don't think that one's gonna make it. It would totally be him.
There you go.
That was good, but the guy from the Yankees got him better, I think.
Mhm.
When he steps in, he's like, "Hey, Jake, they ain't released you yet. How's your wife and my kids?"
That was some of the best humor.
Pretty bad.
Unbelievable.
All right, first base, number 3. That's 3 for you uninitiated. Third
There you go.
is position 3 is first
It
base.
is first
There you
base,
go.
yes.
What do you got, Johnny?
I'm saying Green Lantern. I like your idea of the big web. Because nobody can overthrow you, so you could put anybody at third base that could, wildly
is very
throw,
true.
and someone's got the net. I'm
Yeah.
okay with that.
No, that's
Yeah, I kinda
very
like him
true.
there.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I kind of
idea.
like him there.
Yeah,
I can't
liked
fit
it.
him anywhere else, so I feel he should be there. I
Yeah,
just
you're
went down
certainly
the
not gonna
list.
put
He
him in,
fits
like-
nowhere else. So
Yeah.
Mm.
Especially with the mid, like especially somebody overthrows it, he's like, "Phoop."
yeah,
I got
he
it.
could just-
Don't
he
worry
just
about it.
So
handled
no
yeah.
errors.
Yeah, no errors at first.
I
There
have
you
to
go.
admit, I don't know that much about the Green Lantern's powers, so I will side with you, not knowing any better.
Green suit power ring. Doesn't
Exactly.
That's
But
all I know, and he can
Tell.
fly.
He can make he can make things up on the fly, and I think
Oh,
that's what a
okay.
first baseman should be.
Okay.
basically.
There you go. Yeah,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
Matt, so that's who you're going with.
I'm
Green
going with that.
Lantern. Okay.
Yeah, I totally agree.
All right.
Yep.
I'll go with the crowd on that one.
There you go.
Position 4 is second base.
Hmm.
So Matt, who you have at second base?
So ideally, you need somebody quick.
Gotta have range, right?
Yeah, you gotta have range. Spider-Man.
I was just thinking that.
I'm gonna put
totally-
Spider-Man
I
at second
totally-
base.
okay. I totally agree with you.
Teenager could run and
Mhm.
could swing all over the place, and
Pretty much like
especially with the
Bryson
web.
Stott. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. I
So
would
if a
put
ball's out
Spider-Man
of
at
range,
four.
he could just whoosh with the web and pick it.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah, if it's
I
out
like
of
that.
reach, you right over there and just pull the ball back. So yeah, no
I
need
like
for a
that.
glove. So I
Yeah,
would,
sure.
definitely
Okay.
do that. Yeah,
I'm down with that.
yeah, love it.
right. John, you agree with Spider-Man then, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, moving on. So, okay, this is where you non-initiated baseball people might get thrown off. So
Yeah,
position 5,
Yes.
you might think is shortstop, but it's actually third base.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
So,
Because they try to trick you.
Oh no!
I don't know who came up with this system. It's
Ooh,
kind of
No,
silly.
I don't.
Hey,
All right, John, third baseman.
I gotta find Iron Man a spot, so let's put him at the hot corner.
what are you talking about? He's pitching.
No, he's not.
No,
He's
Superman's
Superman's pitching.
Oh, Superman's pitching. I thought we had Iron Man for. Okay, all right.
No, dude. Come
No,
on.
Got it.
I gotta. He got
Totally got
knocked
it.
down, so I gotta put him at the hot corner then.
So you're gonna put him at the
Uh,
hot corner. Okay, cool. All right. Nice.
Similar reasons on why I want him to pitch. Stick him at the hot corner. Definitely, it's a distance you gotta throw. And now that we know we got Green
true.
Lantern to stop it, I mean, he can be an idiot. He can be wild as all day long because we got Green Lantern protecting him.
Let me ask you this, Johnny. Have there been narcissistic people playing at third base in Major League Baseball in the past?
Blake Schmidt. Excuse me.
Oh, bless you.
Sorry.
A-Rod moved over to third base.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
total. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Sorry, my allergies were acting up there.
Gotta get some tissues for you there, bud. I'm sorry. I would agree with that. I'd put Iron Man there. What the hell? If you're not going to put him at the mound, put him at the hot corner.
Mm.
And he's got a red suit on, so there you go.
Yeah, that's. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Oh, good. Yeah.
All right, so position 6 is shortstop.
Yes.
So suck on that egg. Let's see whose turn
Yeah.
is it.
That would
Matt,
me.
it's your,
Yeah.
it's your turn. All right, shortstop.
Tenacious defender.
Mm.
Wolverine.
Mm.
I'm thinking Wolverine because he's tenacious.
Mm.
I'm
Mm.
thinking.
I don't.
I'm not sure how the claws would do me though. That's the problem. Like he would stab the ball.
He'd go up and
You know,
get
if
it.
he got
though.
it.
He could definitely go up and get it, like leaping.
He could go up and
like,
get it.
taking-
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the most.
And he's
he's not the most.
he's mad all the.
agile, but he's.
Yeah.
He's pretty mobile.
You think?
Even with all those muscles, he's still
Yeah.
he does all those flips and shit, and he could handle it.
I'm
I'm
need
just worried
somebody
about
on
what the
defense.
condition. I'm just worried about the condition of the ball when it gets to first
Oh, yeah.
base.
Yes,
is
That's my
my
concern too.
main
Yeah,
concern.
yeah. Yeah, especially if he pierces it with the adamantium. I mean, it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know what
Yeah.
you're going to do with that. So, yeah. Sorry, nerd alert.
But he's.
All right.
But if he's
John,
very.
do you have a?
But he's very cautious. He could totally make the catch and make the throw with no problem. I don't
He
think
probably
there's
could.
any.
But if he's cautious,
yeah,
that
then
kinda
he's
throws
not
out the whole
then he's
reasoning.
not the Wolverine.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
okay, so
I-
I'm thinking of Wolverine because of Brian Dawkins, and Doc was, as you guys both know, he was very tenacious on the football field. So
Right, but he played safety, not shortstop.
Yes.
that's true.
The only other name I can throw out for ability to like make the play, the only one I could pull out is Daredevil because he's blind and he can catch anything at any time. He's the only other person I could think about for shortstop.
He doesn't have any weapons, does he?
Yeah, he
That he has
does.
to
He
carry?
does. He has a bunch of
does.
weapons, but yeah.
Look.
But he was always good at.
Deadpool.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the ball would hit him and it would absorb into him and then shoot back out his chest.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Any rockets, it would go right through him. He'd probably pick it up and throw the guy out, and he'd be fine. Just saying.
What if we put Batman at shortstop?
Oh.
We could. I think
Most-
Batman would be
Most
the best.
physically
I think he would be the best shortstop of that group.
got the grapple gun.
He's got the grapple gun, so he could cover some range.
He sure
He's got
could.
the ability.
He's got the utility belt. I'm sure he's got something in there to whip that ball over to first base.
Yeah, that's
All
true.
right, Batman goes 6. Let's put Batman at 6.
I'll go with that. Yeah,
All right.
I'll go with that. Totally agree.
All right. So now we move to position 7, which is left field.
Yes.
I'll make a nomination here that since I'm used to left fielders being statues, we don't really need range there. So I would say let's put the Incredible Hulk.
Yes, I absolutely
Left
100%
field.
agree. I think Matt even said it in pre-production. That was where the Incredible Hulk should play. So I think
Yeah.
it's unanimous. I think it's unanimous.
You have to
the
be a quarter
Incredible-
outfielder.
Yep.
Yeah.
yep.
He would have to be corner outfielder because at least with that strength, he'll mash the ball with the plate.
Mm-hmm.
He should have an arm out there.
And boy, if he
Absolutely.
drops a ball, look out. He will
Oh,
be
God.
angry the rest of the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Yeah,
mash some home runs after he drops the ball. Kind of like Carl Schwarber.
Right, well, that's it was Schwarber, Pat Burrell, like those types of guys who don't really
Lazinski,
run all
yeah,
that well.
Lazinski,
yeah.
you had- you had
Yep. Incaviglia, all those
Incaviglia,
guys.
Caviglia, yeah.
Yep.
all
Yep.
Hulk-like
Yeah,
characters
left-
out there.
Totally.
Left fielders that you don't put giraffes in left field. That's
No.
that's just not
No,
what it
you
is,
do
you
not.
know.
You do not.
No.
All right, so we're all in agreement on the Hulk then.
Yes.
Totally.
All right, position 8, center field.
Yes.
I'll go to John for this one.
Flash. Without
Oh, I have
a
an idea.
doubt.
That's
That is
Oh,
who
100%.
is in center field. You
absolutely
cover corner to corner. You don't need Hulk to be able to move.
exactly my thinking. Hulk doesn't have to move if Flash is in center field because he'll just
Exactly.
run in front of him.
And he
Exactly.
could catch every single ball. Slow down time if he had to. I mean, that would be
Exactly.
the greatest
Exactly.
defense
Everything-
ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything works out for Flash being in center field.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. And he could lead off.
Yeah, he
Hit
could.
it
Yeah.
inside the park home run every time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to have the strength to hit the ball out of the park. We
No.
know that.
No,
Yeah.
He's gonna hit it right in front of him. Stop time, run around, and then start
Love
safe every time.
Okay, so that puts us at position 9, which is our right fielder.
Hmm.
Matt, what's your nomination for right field?
Okay, I'm gonna throw this one out there.
Mhm.
Hawkeye.
Don't hate it.
He's an archer, so that might be a bit of a problem. But he's
He's
very
gonna be shooting
accurate.
balls out in right field?
No. He would be very accurate. If he catches the ball in right field, he would have a pinpoint accurate throw to home plate or any base and get the people out. So he is an expert archer. So I'm thinking that expert eye of his would be able to nail somebody at home plate in case they make the run from third to home. The fly ball's in right
I'm
field.
voting. I'm voting. Already mentioned Wolverine because of the
Okay.
the Bryce Harper-esque feeling I get from Wolverine. Like he's going to run into the wall, make the catch. He's going to make the throw. He's going to do all the things. Extremely intense, like
Yeah.
we are used to in Philadelphia, and all right fielders are crazy.
They shave beards for no apparent reason whatsoever.
Slumping.
Hey, gotta do something, man. You know what I'm saying? There you go.
So my nomination, just because I think we had to put her somewhere, Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
She could make a catch with that lasso of hers.
That's true.
True.
That would be something else, even though Flash would probably get there first. But I think she'd be good out there. Either her or I'll say for the bench, you should have Storm from the X-Men.
Oh,
Yes.
there you go.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
So if like Superman gets sick or something, and can't pitch,
Yeah, Storm can go
she'll
to-
get a rain out.
Yeah.
Should cause a rain out for the
There you
day.
go. There
Totally
you go.
understood. Totally understood.
Interesting. So we have like a little bit of a
Right field's the only one where we kind of have a
a
discord.
little bit of a
here.
disagreement
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have the
Yeah.
accuracy, we have the tenaciousness, and we've got Wonder Woman who can
Mhm.
lasso a ball anywhere.
And if somebody tries to run home and the throw's not going to make it in time, she could do that thingy. And
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
blow,
Yeah,
blow
the
them off
bracelet
blow them
deal.
off the base path. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it has a name.
I don't know what it's called.
Didn't even know.
My sister would know, but that's her favorite. But I don't know.
Ah, gotcha. How about a manager?
Oh, it's Professor X. So you can.
Oh,
Yes,
exactly.
absolutely.
That's exactly what I was going to pick.
Yeah, it's either that or Alfred, but I would go Professor X, 100%. Yeah, mind control. Come on.
Absolutely. This team is just not fair.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't fair from the beginning with Superman pitching. That's just the way.
Exactly.
Does he even need to like have some semblance of fairness? He's got to put the glasses on and pitch as Clark Kent, or is he like just going to straight up be in the cape out there?
He can only field as Superman, so he has to actually.
Tell you what, if it's bases loaded, bottom of the ninth, you need that last out in the game. I think you could ditch Clark Kent and you throw on the game, but you get the last
Definitely comes
strike.
out as Superman. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. If you followed along with all that, you can figure it out yourselves.
I'm sure Matt put a nice graphic up there in post-production with everybody.
Yeah, I'm sure whoever that guy does it, sure he won't be remembered. You know, that kind of idea. Or forgotten. Oh my God.
Well, with that, we close episode 154 of Two Noobs Talking. We had a lot of fun today, didn't we?
Love it. Love it.
Get back into school. As always. So stay tuned next week, episode 155. Maybe we'll do something fun. Maybe not. Who knows?
You never know.
It all depends on the news of the week. That's just, we fly by the seat of our pants here at Two Noobs. Do either of you have anything to say to our loyal fans before we get the hell out of here?
Go Birds.
One, thank you for listening. And what? What was the
Go
other one?
Birds.
He said go Birds.
Oh,
Go
go
Birds.
Birds. Okay.
Go Birds.
That's
Go
all that
Birds.
matters
Go
at
Birds.
this point.
And
It's
thank you for
over, so-
listening. Like, hit, and subscribe.
Like, hit, and subscribe. We got to say that more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
That's
why we're
on,
saying
that's
it
on
now.
me. Yeah.
Hit that
that's
damn
what I'm saying
button.
now.
Hit that damn button.
The
Jesus.
button.
Right there.
The button.
It's like-
Some,
It's like
Where?
right there.
It's over there.
Where is
Right
it?
down there.
It's over
Right
there.
there.
It's
See, it's like right over
not
there.
where Steve is, but where Matt is. Because we're looking at each other in different.
hell if I can find it.
Okay.
Well, until next week, see you later.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Two Noobs Talking. Not only can you listen to our entire catalog here on YouTube, but you can also download us on your favorite podcast listening platforms, such as Apple, Google, and Samsung podcasts, along with iHeartRadio and others. Have a great week, and we look forward to delivering another episode of Two Noobs Talking. Take care.